As the years have gone on, I find, in acceptance there's peace.
10 Oklahoma State University families holding each other a little tighter tonight. Today marks 19 years since 10 men lost their lives in a plane crash coming home from Colorado. Their families gathered again in Stillwater. And as 2 Works for You's Christy Maria explains, they remember that terrible day all too clearly.
And I got a phone call from a friend of mine, and she said, "Did Kendall fly to Colorado?"
A phone call 19 years ago began a nightmare for Ellen Durfee Wright.
I couldn't believe it, and at that point I just got busy and just started doing anything I could around the house. I was going crazy because I couldn't find anything out, and they didn't have anything official on TV.
Her son, Kendall Durfee, was on his way back to Oklahoma from Colorado aboard a small plane with 9 others. As Ellen feared the worst, her son Nelson, working in Florida, got word of the crash.
And I filled him in that probably my brother was on that plane because from what it sounded like, that would be the plane he would be riding.
The plane was one of 3 making the flight home, the only one that never made it back. All 10 aboard died in the wreckage.
Well, it was the most tragic time in OSU history. We lost 10 great members of the OSU family. I called 7 of them brothers.
In the following days and weeks, the families converged on Stillwater, their situation still not seeming like reality.
It was, quite a while before I just lost the habit of not picking up the phone to give him a call and, tell him about my day.
It took me until May to really decide that I had to go on, and I'm lucky to have other kids. It was really nice that I did have another son and my 2 daughters, but still there's a hole there and will always be where Kendall was.
1 year after the accident, this memorial was dedicated to those 10 victims. And every year on this day, those families make sure the school keeps them in their memory.
I really believe this tragedy is what made us the OSU family. It's what galvanized us as a family.
Nearly 2 decades later, the families continue the tradition, meeting in Stillwater, keeping the memory of those they lost alive in their hearts.
Oklahoma State made a promise in 2001 that we would always remember, and I'm proud that I think we've kept that promise.
You've just learned to accept it, and I think to become closer.
I think the people that we've lost all around would want us to move on with our lives, and just know what you've done and make them proud every day.
In Stillwater, Chris DeMaria, 2 Works for You.